Now, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, available in high definition, is coming to you from Boston, where, at the Fleet Center, the Democratic Party is gathering to select its presidential candidate. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, the conventional wisdom is this. The American pastime is not politics, it's baseball. And the local preoccupation is once again the Red Sox and the Yankees. Game 1 of the series, Fenway Friday. Both teams coming from behind at various points. Then in the ninth, in a tie game, Alex Rodriguez hitting a single against Keith Folk off the scoreboard in left. Yankees win the ball game 8-7. Then yesterday, Bronson Arroyo drills A-Rod with that pitch. A-Rod and Baratek get into it. Then the bench is empty, the bullpen's empty, and there are skirmishes all around the lot. Finally, ninth inning, Mariano Rivera tried to save a win. Couldn't do it. Bill Miller with this big home run and a spectacular comeback for the Red Sox. The series is even at a game apiece. We have just enjoyed the national anthem here at Fenway Park, and now we have a melding of the ball game and the Democratic National Convention, which starts here tomorrow. John Kerry, and I have it on good authority that he's going to get the nomination. He is throwing out the ceremonial first pitch to a veteran of the war in Afghanistan, Will Pommier, a veteran and a much decorated veteran from Afghanistan, who is also a native of Woburn, just outside Boston. So John Kerry makes his first appearance here in Boston, not at the convention at the Fleet Center, but right here at Fenway Park, prior to the Yankees and Red Sox rubber match of the 3-game series. And this is ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, not convention coverage. ESPN Sunday Night Baseball presented by McDonald's. Tonight, the New York Yankees atop the American League East and the Boston Red Sox, second place in the East. And we are at venerable Fenway Park. After being ejected yesterday. That one is up the middle, and Lofton has a base hit. He's going to try for second, and he makes it. So Kenny Lofton catches the Red Sox sleeping a little bit, turning a single into a double. Let's take a look at the rest of the Yankees batting order now, brought to you by McDonald's. It'll be Jeter at shortstop coming up next. Sheffield in right. A-Rod hitting cleanup at third. Posada the catcher. Matsui in left hitting sixth. Bernie Williams the DH. Tony Clark at first with Giambi still out, and Enrique Wilson is at second base batting ninth, all up against Derek Lowe of the Red Sox. With a little flashback. Now Jeter again showing bunt. Back to Derek Lowe, and he just does get Jeter. Over to third base is Lofton.
That's one of those little things right there.
All guys who've been on all-star teams. That one is a pop-up. Lofton is tagging up. Damon, nobody gets it. And Lofton will score. 1-0. The Yankees are leading, and it's a very poor beginning for the Red Sox. They'll score. That is a hit and an RBI for Sheffield. A slow chop, and that could well be a base hit, and is. And Miller unable to pick it up, but it wouldn't have mattered. A-Rod, who runs well, was going to get a base hit on that one anyway. Sheffield over to second.
This team is built to score runs. Not
It's what, a 55-foot top roller. Here is Posada, and that hits it. Right around the right knee. And now the bases are loaded.
No intention obviously meant there. You need to figure out a way to get a ground ball and get that double play.
3-2. Into center. Johnny Damon going back on this one. Still going back. Jumps up. He's got it. Sheffield will tag up and score. The other runners go back. Johnny Damon with a leaping catch out there as Matsui almost started a track meet. 2-0 Yankees.
I thought I was in a lot of trouble, you know, getting the opportunity to sit in.
Still along with Jeter throughout this great run the Yankees have been on. High in the air along the left field line. Manny Ramirez into the corner. And in the doorway, he's got it. Nicely done by Manny Ramirez. Now, the power pitcher, Contreras, to the mound with a 2-0 lead. Coming up. And let's take a look at the Red Sox batting order brought to you by McDonald's. Johnny Damon in center field. And he's had an outstanding year. Mark Bellhorn at second gets a lot of walks. High on base average. David Ortiz, the DH, having a great year. Manny Ramirez, the left fielder, known for his offense, not his glove, but a nice play a moment ago. Nomar. And Nomar's finally starting to come around. That average up to 324, hitting 400 in July. Kevin Millar having a huge weekend here. 3 homers on Friday, 4 hits yesterday. Bill Miller, the game-winning hit yesterday. He's at third base. Doug Mirabelli for the injured Jason Varitek, the catcher. Gabe Kapler for the injured Trot Nixon in right field. Red Sox, it's not been that long since they've really been healthy, and now guys are starting to get hurt again. And there is Jose Contreras, 4-0 since his wife and daughters rejoined him, and they were apart for nearly 2 years. And Jorge Posada says, that pitch, aren't you? That's always your advice to pitch. You need to have that pitch that you can go to every so often. Clark can't get it, but Enrique Wilson does. But safe at first is Damon, who is racing up the line. And as he slid into Contreras, Contreras couldn't handle the throw, and Damon is safe. Lit up early and had early exits each time. And the wild throw into the camera well. And Johnny Damon will be given second base on the error.
Tortora trying to figure out what's going on here. Well, we talked about that surrender pitch, the sinking fastball.
374 on base average. And that will go up a little bit. He gets the walk. 2 men on. And now the sluggers are coming up. Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing. Last 3-2 the count. So we're not looking for them to run. And they're not running. And the walk. They can walk up a base. So after the infield hit by Damon, both Bellhorn and Ortiz have drawn walks. Mel Stottlemyre looks like he might be headed out to the mound to visit with Contreras, but first a few words with manager Joe Torre. Bellhorn and Ortiz, the 3 runners. Nice pickup. A-Rod home. They get the force out. Hunter Wendelstedt said that Posada kept his foot on the plate. A couple of walks. And caught in left field by Matsui. Bellhorn will not test him. A one-hop throw right there. So neither Ramirez nor Garcia Parra able. Jason Varitek not able to play. Injured in that brawl yesterday. Shallow center. Lofton in a hurry. Base hit. Bellhorn scores. The throw offline. Tie it up. Ortiz with a slide to tie it up. And Millar. Cowboys up. Absolutely on fire. That these two once again will hook up in the postseason. Those numbers indicate Contreras might not be a part of it. Right this second, Enrique Wilson. And that is the inning. So, an almost preposterous first inning. And we're still tied. Jason Giambi is to have in the middle of that lineup. Good slider from low, and he gets the strikeout. Tony Clark out number 1. First inning of this ball game. About the only hit by Johnny Damon. 2-1 the count. There's Millar. Lowe gets over there, and Wilson is gone. 2 men down. That's a good point. And also, Contreras, after that infield hit by Damon, that should have been an out. Somehow they should have gotten him out. Then he walked 2 straight hitters. Ticket in baseball to get than one here at Fenway. That's a base hit for Kenny Lofton, and he is 2 for 2. Kenny Lofton, he knows how to ratchet it up a few notches in prime time. I mean, he's been on a lot of 20 for 21 in stolen base attempts this year. He's supposed to be quicker. Right center field. Damon and Kapler. It's Kapler. And that is the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. When we come back, a look look at one of the great moments of the last 15 years of Major League Baseball coverage right here on ESPN. Willie Mays hit one. He'd say, "Tell it goodbye." And Mirabelli hit by that pitch. And I thought he took one for the team right there.
He wasn't in any hurry to get out of the way of that. It was an off-speed pitch. That split-finger fastball got away from Contreras, and Mirabelli said, "Hey, you got to."
Kepler, 267 average, 4 homers, 17 batted in. That's a base hit. A hanging slider cut off on the warning track by Matsui, and he keeps Mirabelli, who's not a fast runner, from even thinking about going to third base.
I'm guessing the K-zone will tell the whole story on that ball when they get hit that hard.
3-1 the count. That ball is belted down the right field line toward the foul pole. Hits the pole. A 3-run homer for Damon. 5-2 Red Sox.
Who needs a sacrifice bunt when you got a lead?
Don Zimmer got fired near the end of the 1980 season. That ball is hammered high and deep to right, headed for the Yankees bullpen. That ball is gone. Bellhorn with a long home run over the 380 marker. 6-2 Red Sox.
Club that they have got on Contreras.
1 ball, 1 strike. Popped up. Shallow left. Jeter out. Matsui in. Matsui gets there. And that is the first out of the second inning. Boston to go deep. High in the air. Right center field. Sheffield, after a long run, right on the edge of the warning track in front of the Boston bullpen. That one's hit pretty well by Manny Ramirez to the opposite field.
It bothered him a little bit. He needs to move some people off home plate and get some ground balls at somebody.
Well, he hung that breaking ball, and Nomar shoots it through the left side for a base hit. That's the 4th hit of the inning for the Red Sox.
When he hits it.
Look out. That got him. That's the 2nd hit batsman of the inning by Contreras. Now a warning is being issued by the plate umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt, to both dugouts. Garcia Parra over to second base. And Joe Troy's going to come out to chat with Hunter Wendelstedt.
Well, I'll tell you what's happened here.
Yeah. He's the 9th hitter of this inning. Up the middle. There's Jeter. And Wilson gets the put out at second on Millar. The inning is at long last over. A 36-pitch nightmare for Contreras. Johnny Damon hit a 3-run homer off the Johnny Pesky foul pole in right field. 6-2 Red Sox. I did a little as Gary Sheffield pops one up. Behind the plate, Mirabelli. Back near the backstop. He's got it. Holding the mask in one hand and the one-handed catch. So that was a lot of confidence by Mirabelli.
Decided to get Kevin Brown and maybe Mike Mussina back.
Nomar shows off that arm. A-Rod is gone. 2 down in the 3rd. Fans like
Rangers obviously ecstatic with what they have with Soriano, and so are the New York Yankees.
Here's Posada getting a walk with 2 down. That'll bring up Matsui. Let's get an update now. With trade was today, then the Yankees would not be making any trades. Matsui, right center. Damon on the run. 1 man left out of the last of the 3rd. Mirabelli coming up. 6-2 Red Sox.
Joe with 2 new buddies in that Hall of Fame now as far as former players. Congratulations as well to Dennis Eckersley and Paul Molitor.
There is Tony Clark, and he's got it right at the top step of the Red Sox dugout. One of the highlights I saw in Baseball Tonight last night. That curveball chopped to third, and A-Rod throws him out. Clark just does get out of the way of that one. 2 men gone, and the bat will be Damon. But that's where Ortiz and Trot Nixon both got involved, trying to...
Don't have to throw as many pitches in the strike zone as Contreras has been doing.
Johnny Damon, right up the middle, base hit. Damon has been on 3 times tonight. An infield hit, a 3-run homer, and now this single. And he's had 7 hits and 13 at-bats in this series. Devil Rays.
A lot of changes on that coaching staff for Joe Torre. Don Mattingly, Louis Soho, Roy White.
Damon is running, and the ball is lifted along the left field line. A long run from Matsui. He gets here. And that ends the inning. Coming up now, Peter Gammons. And we'll have some talks about trade discussions. The trading deadline approaching.